Hi, David. Good evening. I'm with my well, for myself and my computer because I don't know why it's not working very well. So let's wait for your classmates. We're going to stop. Sorry, we're going to start in 3 minutes, please.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so then we're going to start. I'm going to share my screen, please. We already finished the other lesson and how to write our a persuasive statement, right? So please let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, yes, it's okay. Right, so today we're going to see, well, we were supposed to continue this lesson, right? Because we saw the other week, I guess. I don't remember very well, but I guess it was the last week. Okay. So we're going to start. This is a complete one, right? It may interest you, right? So firstly, we're going to talk about a short overview, right? We're going to see exactly what is a cover letter, what is the purpose of a cover letters, business formatting. Okay, this is not, well, it's almost the same, right? Paragraph by paragraph and things to keep in mind, okay? What is a cover letter? it was supposed to be maybe for a complete in order to complete your resume, maybe, right? But whatever is the case, it's the same, right? It doesn't matter too much for what case is it. So cover letters are a narrative complement to your resume, okay? A brief one-page document that helps expand on the experiences you showcased in your resume. Highlights your motivation in applying for the position and why you want to work with this specific organization. Okay. As I told you the other day, the important part of this one is to highlight, right? Um, among other people, right? Because it's kind of difficult to do that part. But the point, right? The principal part of your letter needs to be your motivation, right? What is your motivation? Okay, let's continue. Okay, so let's see the purposes of a cover letter. Cover letters should highlight your academic. Okay, in this case, only your academic one, right? Because we're not going to write the professional part because I don't know if you're working. Oh, yes, I guess you are. But the important part is your academic one, okay? Because then you want to apply for a scholarship, but it is how did you tell me what was it? Or for a master degree, right? So then you have to show you have to highlight in the academic part special, right? And personal qualifications for the position to which you are applying. In this case, instead of saying the position, we're going to say that for the scholarship that you want, right? For the position. Can you continue reading, please? David, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher. Sorry.
Can you
Better.
read, please, the second part?
Okay. It should not be a restatement of your resume. Instead, you should select certain experiences to highlight to the employer. You might web experiences together, telling how one experience led to another. You might tell a story from one or two experiences that bring depth and detail not covered in your resume. Sorry.
Thank you. As I told you, the principal part, okay, that's gonna get the attention of the readers of our one specific team, right? Is to highlight, okay. And how can we do that? Okay, first of all, we need a kind of motivation because this is a kind of motivation letter, actually, because we are going to say what is the purpose, okay, what is the purpose of your letter, and then you have to add it, okay, in your letter needs to be the purpose, right? If not, maybe it's going to be so poor, okay, if we're not going to add that information, okay. For example, there are some cover letters, right, that actually talks about instead of maybe they say that short story, but this is in this only, I don't know, 10 out of no 8 out of 10, okay. So it's not necessary, but then if you want, okay, you are going to add the experience that you have, okay. uh, I don't know if you worked before, but only if it's not necessary, right? But something that is very important is to show the motivation, how motivated you are, okay? So even though you can talk about, tell a short story maybe, okay, about how did you know about this university, uh, what is your motivation, what is the purpose? I don't know if you got it, or do you have any question in this part?
Not teacher.
Okay, let's continue. Okay, we're going to continue talking about the purpose of a cover letter. A compelling cover letter answers why you, why them. Okay, can you please continue reading, please, until this part?
Okay. Uh, a compelling cover letter answers why you and why them. Why you focus their attention on your most relevant and compelling qualifications. What value will you bring to the organization, not what you want or what you can gain?
Okay, thank you. So the important part is, in this case, well, specifically talking in your case, you can also talk or act, you know, what can you gain? Okay, because as I told you, it's the same cover letter I don't know, for the university in this case, and for a work. Okay, so in this case, you can put your attention, okay, on the relevant part of your letter, right? Uh, what is the most relevant, okay, about your qualifications, for example? And also, it's very important to add what can you gain, okay? In this part, for example, we have in parentheses, not what you want or what you can gain. In your case, yes, it's very important, right? You need to add that part. What can you gain? Maybe if you're going to enter, what are you going to gain, right? So then what is your purpose? Why do they have to choose you? Okay, do they have to accept you? And then we have why them. Okay, something that is very important is also to focus on why uh, did we choose that university? Okay, what did you choose them? Okay, be sure to include a sentence to a full paragraph. Okay, this is very important. Okay, um, instead of adding a short sentence, if it's possible, you can do it in a full paragraph. Okay, but talking about what or why do you want to work? Well, to enter or to study with them, with that particular university. Okay, talk about them. As I told you, you have to research some information about that university. Okay, that what I explained the other day. Okay, so be sure to match your tone to the organization. Okay, this is an example. Okay, don't confuse formal with professional. So letters. This is not. Oh yes, I explained this part. Okay, we have to avoid to use some slangs, abbreviations, or casual tone. You are not talking with your friend. Okay, you are talking to a specific team. Okay, to I don't know, maybe the director. Okay, people who are specialized in that part. Okay, who is going to check your cover letter. So then you have to be the most formal as possible. Okay, because we are not talking to a friend, we are not talking to somebody else, right? We have to avoid. If you are going to use some slangs or abbreviations, they're not going to take in account. I don't know, David, maybe you told me that you wrote some other letters, and then I want to know if you used some slangs or abbreviations or a casual tone.
Uh, I don't remember. I think no, I didn't use abbreviations or contractions.
Okay, so then when you're going to write again, okay, because we're going to practice, right? We're going to avoid to use slangs. I remember that I have well, my actually my best friend, she's a girl, and she wrote a letter. That letter was really amazing, right? It was the structure, the way that she talked was very amazing. Okay, it was incredible. But something that you know that you send your cover letter, they sent you a message, okay, another letter, letting you know why did uh, they no, no, no. For example, when you send I don't know if but yes, but you told me that yes, I'm talking specifically to USA, okay. So then when they send you a response, okay, they tell you why did they didn't accept your letter, right? And in the letter, that in the response letter that sent to my best friend, it was because she used the contraction and it's not formal, okay. So it's terrible because the letter was amazing, everything was okay, but that was not the correct way to write a letter, right? Because I remember the way that she talked it, and she used something like isn't, doesn't, okay, abbreviations, but it was a little, right? Even it is only one, it's incorrect, okay? Because we are talking in a formal way, so it was not supposed to how the works, how the things work, okay. So the important part of the cover letter, okay, is just that you are trying expected one, okay. You are the person that they are expected to enter to the university in this case. So as I tell you many times, the important part is to catch the attention, okay, make a kind of a connection, right? Is it clear until that part, David? Do you have any question?
Not here.
Okay, let's continue. Okay. Why making a connection matters, okay? As individuals, when first meeting someone, we tend to like people who are similar to us in some way. This is a short example, okay? When you're going to meet a new person, okay, it is necessary to have some connection, to see if we are kind of similar, okay. So in this case, our reader needs to be connected, okay, throughout our letter, for example, okay, to us. A study published in journal Social and Personal Relationships. So this is they made a kind of a study about how is it, okay. And they okay this is a kind of college, no, 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 it's not a college, but it's a kind of association, okay. They showed this three reasons why similarity might increase liking, okay. So the first one is concessional validation, okay. Meeting people who share our attitudes makes us feel more confident in our own attitudes about the world. If you love, for this is an example, okay. If you love jazz music, meeting a fellow jazz lover shows that loving jazz is okay. okay, and maybe even a virtue, okay. So we have to, the first thing, okay, it's the validation, right? When we have, especially talking about have the improvement of someone else, right? In this case of your leather, it's very important to make. We have to feel that we are confident. Okay, not yes, actually, we need to be confident. Okay, not only to show, right? And is it clear until this part? The first one, consensual validation.
I think yes. I'm not sure, teacher. Is maybe to think that I am confident with that person, even if I am not confident. Or,
Okay, in this part, we need to show confidence, right? For example, in your cover letter, you need to show yourself as a confident person, right? And how can we do that? Writing, in our writing part, it's necessary. Okay, in one thing is motivation. The other one is we have to show that we are confident person. Okay, so for example, the keywords. Okay, there are some keywords, right, that show us confidence. For example, when I say, I don't know, if I'm writing a cover letter and I say, I would be the person who is going to enter to this university. Okay, I might be able to enter to I guess I might be able to this university. When I say that, do you think am I confident by myself? When I use, for example, words like I guess, I suppose it. Okay. So do you think am I confident?
uh, no, because you're saying I suppose, I think, but uh, it's better to use words that show more confidence, maybe.
Yes, yes, that's the point of the control validation, right? You have to show you a confident person, right? And use another word. As I told you, there are some keywords, right? Instead of saying, I guess, I suppose, I will be, right? Words that doesn't show any confidence, right? So that's what I told you. The instead of say of looking for a motivation, well, it's important actually, yes, but something more important than that is to show confidence, right? To say yes, I'm going to enter, and yes, that's the final point. Okay, so then you have to write your letter in that way because you are sure about it, right? And then we have to avoid to use words like are not going to show us as a confident person, right? So do you get it?
Yes, teacher, until this point.
Okay. Cognitive evaluation. Okay, this explanation focuses on how we impressions of other people by as I yes generalizing. Sorry, I'm with my glasses, right? I'm not reading too well. From the information we have. So we learn that a person has something in common with us, okay? And that makes us feel positively about that person because we feel positively about ourselves. We then assume that the other person like us has other positive characteristics. Okay, in this case, the only part that I can say that is true. Okay, at the moment to write our letter because this is more. For example, when you are going to have a meeting with them, right? By Zoom, this is, yes, this apply, but in the other case, if we are going to only write a cover letter, it's not too necessary, right? Because then we are not talking, we're not discussing or something like that, we are just writing a letter, right? And then that depends on the that's going to depend if we're going to have a some meeting, for example, because in some universities and college, right, uh, they told you, I would like to have a meeting with you. Okay, so then we are going to share you the link and things like that. That's how in my case it worked. Okay, so in this part, the something that I can respect is the positive part. Okay, you have to show, one is to show confidence, and the other one is to show that you are a positive person, right? So we have to show positively about ourselves, right? And then yes, that's everything. It's only in this part, okay? Because as I told you, this is only necessary when we are going to talk. We are going to have a meeting, okay? A Zoom meeting. Do you have any question?
Not teacher.
Okay. So, certainty of being liked. Okay, we assume that someone who has a lot in common with us is more likely to to like us. Okay, and in turn, we are more likely to like people if we think they like us. Okay, so this is actually the same that the second one. Okay, so we're going to pass away because this is the same actually. Okay, so but something that it's very important is to have a kind of connection. This part is very important. Okay, only the point that is going to highlight is the consensual validation, right? Because then the 2 points, the other 2 points, it's not necessary if in that one is point 2 and 3 are going to be necessary when we are going to have a meeting, right? But then we're going to see. I don't know if you have a question until this part about the consensual validation.
In that part, no. But the third part,
Okay.
certainly of being like, it's like mm, when we think it's like something psychological, maybe teacher, that think that they like us and that will be make an effect that they would like us if we think the same.
Um. We okay. I'm going to explain you from another part, right? For example, something that you have to look for, right, is at what kind of university do you want to enter, right? Because when you're going to say, okay, whatever is okay, but then uh, something that happens is that we're not going to have a kind of a connection with that university, right? Because they have a different points of view, right? So we have to see in that part, right? And then when we talk about certainty of being liked, okay, this is going to be something like you do. For example, if you when you're going to have the meeting, okay, I'm not going to say if you because it's not positive way for me, right? When you're going to have a meeting, right, with that team, right, with the university's team, who is going to talk to you, and they are going to read your letter, right? Because I guess there's a kind of team, you know. So when you're going to talk with them, something that is very important is to, you know, that you you have a you guys have something in common, right? And what it depends about, for example, As I told you, you have to research the university because something that is very important, okay, at the moment that we are going to choose, is we if we share the same principles and values, right? This is, if you want, this is not as important because I assume, right, that we are looking for a university. We look for the principles and values of that university, right? Even there's a part, right, in the university where it shows a kind of star, right? Um, a kind of pools, right? That the same students actually gave to the university, right? In order to show to the students, to the next students that are going to apply for that university, to show if they are good, a good one option, okay, if they have principles or values, right? Only in that case, right? So then we're going to say that specifically this point, it's only for, I don't consider that this is important. Well, actually it is, right? But as I told you, I assume, right, that you already look for that university who has the same principles that you, for example. Okay. So this actually works in case that we are going to apply for a job, actually, right? Because, for example, if you're going to apply for a job and then you have to show that you are you have a kind of compatibility with the other person, you know. So actually, it works more like if you were applying for a job, for example, for a cover letter for a job, right? And I could say that it works when you are going to have a Zoom meeting with them, right? I don't know that you got it.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, for example, I'm going to explain this part in Spanish, right? Um, Cuando postulamos para cierta universidad, ok, a veces la gente busca al azar y tiene que fingir cierto tipo de afinidad con los, ¿cómo se dice? Mm, con los human resources, ¿ok? Entonces, justamente para eso está este punto. Pero yo, en lo personal, pienso de que no debe ser así. O sea, no tienes que gustarle a nadie porque justamente tú ya buscaste acerca de su universidad, entonces te gustan la manera en la que llevan sus principios y los valores que te pueden enseñar, por ejemplo, algo que es bien importante, ¿no? Entonces, podría decir esto solo en los casos en los que sea tu último recurso encontrar cualquier universidad, por ejemplo, ¿no? Así que podría decir, aparte de que esto aplica más para trabajo, que cuando quieras sí o sí un trabajo, pese a que no haya cierto tipo de compatibilidad o afinidad, podrías mostrarte, digo, mostrarte entre comillas, de que hay cierto tipo de afinidad y tratar de no, por no sonar mal, algo como fingido, ¿ok? Pero ya sería en el último recurso, ¿ok? Por eso habla de compañías, because it's something more that for that company that you want to apply, for example, for a job, right? But that's something that it's very important, okay? It's a control validation, right? It talks about how confident you are and how is your attitude, okay? Uh, then we're going to continue and three ways to make a connection, okay? If you want, you can share the story, right? For to show how interested you are with the university. Okay, or how do you know about that university, right? For example, one day I was looking in my computer, and then I saw an announcement. uh, I don't know, something like that. Okay, because something that it's and it works for jobs, and it works for universities, for a college, I don't know, something that always going to catch the attention. It's a short story. Even when there is a study about that, right? I'm not talking because I know, for example. I'm talking because there is a study about that. Okay, so if you want, it's not necessary, but this is going to give you a plus, for example, right? Only if you want. It's not necessary, but it's a plus. Okay. You can share something that you already know, okay, about how is the principles. When you're going to enter for I don't know, whatever page about talking about the university, about the college, about the job, okay, I don't know, about some companies. Something that is going to always appear to you is the part, there's a page, for example, and then they show us, because it's in public, right? Always it's in public in their own page, right? Of the university, college, whatever company. And they show us about their principles and how are their values. Okay, yeah, that never fails. Okay, so then you can say that you already know how are the principles of that university. Okay, I don't know, but there's always more information about that. Okay, so for example, if you're going to look for Lynn University, then in their principal page, okay, they're going to show something like, who are we? Okay, something like that. But there's always going to appear you, right? So then you can check it, right, and then see how do they work. Okay, and not talking about I'm not talking about if they are good or bad. No, I'm talking about if they have principles, right? That never fail. That's a tip. That part never fails. If you don't know, you have to, because of course you don't know how does university work. Okay, but there is actually everything. Okay, talking about jobs, companies, the college, universities, they have in their page, in their principal page. Okay, and they talk about um how can we say, about them, for example. Okay, and then I'm going to show you. Okay, so then you can see that part, and you can add that information in your cover letter. Okay, and then do you have any question about this point, letter A?
Uh, no, teacher, but I have curiosity about the way we we get the information about how university really works, because I was looking on the internet, and I just find information about the programs or the position in rankings, but I don't know how university really works inside.
Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm looking for one university. Okay, okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, can you see?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Oh, I don't know where's some. Oh, okay, it's here. Okay. So then, if you're, for example, enter to win, this is for actually this is, or you can see, for example, for request info, you can visit and you can apply. Okay. Uh, and then, for example, remember like John Gallion, Bob Levinson. Oh no, this is, yes, this one. Okay, for example, something that is always gonna appear you, as I told you, is things do they do for I don't know, for have principles, right? In this case, they make you a Hajj donation, right? The students made this, right? So then you can, for example, if I'm going to apply for a Lynn University, you can say, I saw that you I'm informed about how do you work, okay? But you can, for example, I don't know, I'm going to, okay, you can say in your, I know that you made a cash donation and that is the reason I admire um, okay. So some things like that, right? That point, it's you're going to make a big difference among the other students who are going to apply. Okay, for example, okay, building, yes, something that is very important from this university, and that they teach us, right, how to be a little bit. There's a kind of mental health in this case, right? So you can put this information. For example, I saw, um, I read, okay, in your page, for example, right, that you made a construction resumes, okay. This is about health, mental health, right, after the COVID. And then there's some news, and then, for example, we are going to, okay. You can enter to alumni, or then you can enter education counselors, right? What is it in this part? Education counselors and consultants, right? Okay, for example, we are student centric, okay? There's a lot of information. See us in action, as I tell you. And then I had, for example, in my college, right? Oh, this is what I told you. In this part, for example, you can enter the teaching and ed, okay? For look for a scholarship, right? It's almost the same as a scholarship. Uh, then no, it's not this one. But they tag something like who did they work, as you can see, okay? Giving about, yes, this is the one. Yes, as you can see, there's a part where I explain who are they, okay, about Link, okay, and it works in the whole university, right? In each university, they talk about them, right? For example, fulfill your potential. Lynn University is an independent college based in Boca Raton in Florida, okay? And then you can see how many awards by the numbers, leadership. For example, this is very important, right? When you are going to apply for a position, for a scholarship, you have to show that you also can work as a leader, right? That you are a leader, for example. It can sound strange, right? But actually, it always work. Okay, so they love to see people that have a big potential, right? So do you have, is it clear do you have any question? Is it clear, this point?
Yes, teacher. Uh, Thank you.
Okay. So there is in each university, in each page of the university, there's also the same information. Okay. It's a lot of information that's going to show you, is going to show you how kind of way to connect with them, okay, about the culture. You have to show that you already know how is the culture in that university, Okay, how do they work, right? And the second point, first my spotlight. Okay, tell them how you came to learn that they were special amongst their how can you say? Yeah, it is a mistake. Competitors. Okay, but you have to say in this part. Okay, why are you special? Okay, why did you choose? Why do they should choose you? Okay. There is not too much to say because I already explained this part. Okay. And then something that you have to add, this is important. Okay. Uh, what kind of study did you have, for example, right? I'm not talking about writing a whole paragraph about this, right? This is a short statement that you can do it with the correct words. Okay. And this is also works more if we're talking for a specific job. This is not your case. Okay. But something that yes you have to write is why did you choose, or why do they choose, do they should to choose your letter, your cover letter. Okay. And demonstrate why you value them, the work they do. Okay. As I told you many times, this is the same the second point. Okay. You have to show that you already looked for the information, the principles, and the information, the values of of that university, right? You already know how do they work. Okay, as I told you and as I show you, in the page, right, in the information page, and that's the principal page. They show you, okay, they provide you more information about that, so then you can take some information, right, a kind of paraphrases, something like that, and then you have to make your cover letter in that order. Okay, so let's see what is the structure. Okay, um this is a traditional, right? We have another, but I'm going to show you the traditional one. Okay, so the first one is you have to add your name. Okay, and your address. Okay, this is not necessary to add your whole address, right? The streets or something like that. It's okay if you add only the country. Okay, the department where you're living, right? In this case, a department. Okay, and then if it's necessary. Okay, this is, as I told you the other day, it's not necessary today because this is actually a traditional one. Because before we didn't use the Gmail, for example, right? So that's a traditional way to send a card when you go to to the postal, and then you send it, and you have to wait for some days until they do receive your cover letter, right? So as I told you, this is actually that once that you write your letter, then you send it, and then it's going to appear then, right, in that moment. Okay, only if you want. It's not necessary, right? Thank you to internet because now it's very fast, so it's not necessary, right? So if you know, you can write their name. Okay. If you don't, you are only going to write the organization. Okay. In this case, the name of the university. Okay. Oh, something that it's important. You have to write the title. Okay, but this is only for a job, right? It's not necessary. Instead of writing, for example, the title. Okay, and the address, we're only write the organization. Instead of a organization, we're going to say the name of the university, right? But if you know the name, it's okay. But the majority of the cases, we write only the name of the university, right? So until this part is your name, your where do you live, is this is not necessary. I'm going to write without. Yes, your name, your address. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, today's date, this is not necessary. Their name, this is not necessary, only in some cases. Their title, this is not necessary. This is necessary to organize the organization, the university. Okay, their address. We, for example,
Yeah, sorry,
we already know.
I think you're sharing your screen, but I still looking at the web page.
Oh
Of,
no, good. Okay, I don't know what I'm showing you. I'm showing you. Oh my goodness. Now can you?
yes, and now everything has sense. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Now it's okay. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. The other day happened in the same, but it stopped only in one page. Then when I change it, I don't know why it doesn't appear to my students. Okay, but I was explaining you. This is a traditional one. Okay, so this is important to write your name. Okay, your address only. For example, you live in Santa Cruz, Bolivia. Okay, so then you at first the department Santa Cruz. And where is it? Where is Santa Cruz? Bolivia. Okay. Okay. There's no not information, but there's no knowledge on people, okay, about if it's if for example, we first need to explain us where do you live, and then where is it located, right? There is actually no knowledge. So then you can put it first Santa Cruz and then Bolivia, or Bolivia and Santa Cruz, but it's better if you say first the place where you live and where it's located. Okay, Santa Cruz is in Bolivia, right? This is not necessary, but only if you want. Okay, today's date. But for example, if I don't know, there's cases, right, where the university, okay, they send, okay, or no, in their page, for example, they make a kind of announcement, right, to tell the students that now they can apply, okay, because there's need to start classes. I don't know, right? Only in that case, maybe you can, if there's going to be a kind of announcement, right, in the principal page, for example, then you can add the date, because there is so many students that are going to apply, so they are getting know, right? Where did you, oh, when did you send it, right? So only in that case, it's not wrong, right? It's only if you want, okay? Only if you want. It's not necessary, but only in case, for example, that if they're going to send a kind of or launch a kind of announcement, yes, okay, we're going to put the today's date. In this case, when did you write your cover letter in that date? Okay. So, do you have any question until this part?
Not sure, it's clear.
Okay. First, you're going to put your, for example, mine is Haldin, my last name. Okay. Then my second one and my name. Okay. That's the structure. Okay. First, it's need always, 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 even when you write the quotation or a citation. Okay. First goes to our last name. Okay. Then it's going to be our name. For example, in this traditional one, I don't know if you can see there's a period, okay, because they're using abbreviation, okay. But we're not going to do. We're going to write our whole name because we're going to avoid to write abbreviations, right? So then Let's continue. I'm looking for multiple line. Okay, right here. Their name, okay, only if you know the name of the coordinator, for example. But that's that's irrelevant actually, because nobody knows who's going to read your letter, right? Only if you know, but this is that part. So that part is very strange, right? So there's no information, okay? Because finally you're not going to know who is going to write your cover letter, for example. Okay, so I'm going to draw again. We're going to erase that part. Okay, we're going to avoid that part because only in many cases, for example, when they now they gave an invitation, only in that case, because you already received the, the letter from them, so then there's going to appear the name. If that's not the case, we're going to omit that part. Then we have the title. This is not necessary, right? You can put something like, I don't know, but for example, if it's going to be a word where to put human resources, for example. Okay, but if we not, this is not necessary. So I told you this is a traditional one. Okay, so we're going to erase this part. The organization, instead of saying the organization, we're going to write it the university. Okay, for example, Lane University. Okay, their address, it's not necessary. Okay, for example, university in Boca. So I could say Boca, Florida. Okay, this is an example. It's not necessary, but it looks better actually. But it's not necessary to add their address. It's not necessary. Just I'm showing you how would it be, but it's not necessary, right? Because you already know where's the university, because you already researched for that information. Okay, then we are going to add the greeting. Okay, as you can see, this is a short one. Something that we do here in Bolivia, I guess, okay, is to give the greeting 1 and 2 and 3 times. So that's a big mistake. Okay, we are only going to say dear, and then you are going to write it to the university, for example. Okay. Um. Okay. Do you have any question until this part?
Yes, teacher. In the part that we say their name or title, uh, what happens if I want to say in Spanish a quien corresponda, or is not correct to say that on English?
Actually, there's no specific structure, as I told you. It could vary, but if you say that, um, no, it sounds wrong. It's not necessary actually, because when you say in this part, for example, you are going to add, right? Uh, okay. When I wrote this, they actually assume that is for I don't know, for a specific team, right? Because you don't know. That's the point, that you don't know who's going to read. Okay, so it's not necessary. When you say university, they're going to assume that part. When we say a quien corresponda, cuando ponemos la university, a quién va dirigido la carta, porque si queremos detallar, no sabemos. As I told you, only if there's they're going to send you an invitation letter, then you know who is the person who is going to read the name, because they told you, for example, in my case, I didn't know, right? So then I only put a link university, right, in this case. And then someone, okay, if there was a girl, Brittany is the name of the girl who wrote me, then I knew, but then before I didn't, okay? So it's not necessary. When you say the university, it's okay. We're not going to say another one. It's not necessary actually, because you already have this information, okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Do you get it, or do you have another question?
No, it's okay.
Okay, so we're going to continue. In this case, we're going to start by the greeting, okay? And then I would like to apply to your summer internship for engineering students in 2019. I was aware of this opportunity through the company's website as I searched for internship opportunities that will allow me to utilize my training in mechanical engineering while continuing to grow as a professional in this field. This is something that I like, this part. Okay, you have to highlight something, a word, a keyword. Actually, I guess this is a keyword for me. Okay, uh, to show that you want to grow up with them. Okay, as a professional, you want to continue growing. Okay, so if you want, you can add this part, something like, I would like to. Well, in this case, no, I would like. Yes, but this is not. This is this. For example, when I say I would like, I'm not showing that I'm not confident. Okay, I'm showing a possibility. Okay, that's why it's a model, because it's a possibility, right? So as you can see, I was made aware of this opportunity through the company's website. Okay, and the person who wrote this one, when I read, for example, I was made aware of this opportunity through the company's website. Okay, something that this person is showing is that he already looked for this information. He already looked for the company's website. Okay, something that I told you is very important to know more, to research. Okay, as I researched, I'm so sorry, I can't see, and I guess there's no way to make a kind of zoom because I'm without my glasses, so I'm blind. As I search for internship. Okay, so as you can see in this short paragraph, it's the necessary to catch the attention. Okay, because we have a keyword to grow as a professional in this field. You can say to grow as a yes, actually professional, right? Because you're already in this field, in this university, to continue growing with you. Okay, so as I search, okay, one more time, he's highlighting the part that he already looked for that job in this case. Okay. And then do you have any question until this part?
Uh, not teacher.
Okay, thank you. Can you continue reading, please?
Okay. I'm currently working towards my Bachelor's of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering at Western Carolina University. I am also a member of the Honors College, for which I am conducting an independent research project in understanding MATLAB and its applications to mechanical engineering.
Thank you. So in this part, he is explaining us short information about what he's doing right now. Okay, in West, he's studying. Okay, he's making a bachelor degree in Western Carolina University. Carolina University. Okay, So you can add a short information. It not as you can see, this is a short paragraph. It's only of two statements. Okay, I have one and I have two statements, right? But he's highlighting how was your what is the thing that he's doing right now. He's still studying, for example. Okay, then you can say that you already studied. I don't know, something like that. Okay, or you are working to keep your CV, right? To keep that experience, okay, to get experience, to win experience, right? Something that's very important is to show that you are still on that, you are still working on that, okay? So you can add something about your job, okay, that you are working, okay, I don't know, about 2 years, you took another courses about your career, something like that. Okay, that paragraph we're going to talk about what is our experience, a short one. Okay, and what are we doing right now? We are continue working, but as I told you, you have to demonstrate that you are still working on that. Okay, do you have any question, David?
No, teacher.
Oh my goodness, I'm thirsty. Okay. Um, then we have a third paragraph. Okay, so in until this part, the first one is the purpose. Okay, why, what is the purpose of your letter? Okay, purpose. That is gonna be a kind of introduction paragraph. Okay, then we have the body paragraph. It's until this part. Okay, but we are making more specific. In this one, in your second paragraph needs to be, what are you doing? Okay, I'm going to put that B. What are you doing and your experience, right? And it's necessary to be short. As you can see, the first paragraph and the second one are too short. It's not necessary to write a whole paragraph, you know. When I say whole, I'm taking this like a reference to whole. Okay, so then until this part would be the body paragraph, starting by this. Okay, can you read please my academic program?
Okay. My academic program at the university strongly emphasizes preparation to enter into the professional workplace. Our curriculum consists of many projects that are collaborative, involve practicing accurate documentation of work, and end with a presentation in front of college and peers. Additionally, I have been an active participant in uh, Degree Plus, a
Degree plus.
campus, Degree Plus, a campus-wide program designed to teach transferable skills. As a participant, I focused on growing my professionalism and leadership skill by participating in workshops and events on campus focused on these areas. With this in mind, I have come to seek an internship at Legion in order to utilize these skills in a workplace content.
Very good, thank you. Okay, so in this part, this is a traditional business. Okay, so the person is talking about his experience. Okay, about what is he doing. It's almost the same that this one, but we're going to change, right? We're going to change this part. Something that I highlight this is on growing my professionalism and leadership. As I told you, the companies, the universities, the colleges loves to see that a person show as they were a leadership. Okay, that they want to grow with them. Okay, so then you can, this is the part, the important part of your of your cover letter or motivation letter, because in this part you are going to catch them. This is the point. This is the point. Okay. You are going to show the motivation, how motivated you are. Okay. Why do you want to study with them? Okay. So then, as you can see, something that is highlighted in this letter is the word grow. Okay. And we have to grow as a professional, grow in my professionalism. Okay. You have to these repetitive words. Okay. uh Demonstrate that you really want to do that one. Okay. This is not a redundance, right? But it shows how interested you are, specifically talking in growing. Okay. Because as you can see, we have to grow as a professional. Okay. While continuing to grow as a professional, growing my professionalism and leadership. Okay. Something that I told you, sorry, before, it was that you have to keep in mind to be a leader. Okay. A leader skills, that you have some leadership skills. Okay. And then again, it talks about the skills. Okay. But it is more like, to if you want to apply for a job, for example, the skills, right? Then when you want to apply for a job, then you show your skills, for example. But in this case, where we are talking that you want to still growing up. Okay. As a professional. Okay. And you want to demonstrate that also you're a leader. Okay. Because something that I know, right? Because I had a when I was younger, I get um an scholarship, right? So then they asked me for but it was here in Cochabamba, right, to enter to an institute. But something that they asked me, it was to write a cover letter or a motivation letter, whatever. It's okay. um it was the key word. It was to show that I'm in leadership. Okay. It was this scholarship was called, how was it, Martin Luther King scholarship. Yes, I still remember. Okay. So they gave me. Okay. So but something that I showed them, it was in that time I was a leader one. Okay. And in your case, you have to to demonstrate that you want to still uh, growing up. Okay. Especially if it's with them. Okay. uh, is it clear until this part?
Yes, teacher. So in this part is really the important part where I show everything that makes me a good postulant to the scholarship, maybe.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, actually, this is important part, because the first one we're talking about the purpose, then we're going to show a little bit of our experience, where what are we doing right now. Okay. But in the third paragraph, okay, we are going to show, uh, I guess, I would say that you have to make it the most motivant as possible, right? That you really you really demonstrate a kind of leaderism, for example, that you want to grow with them. Okay. So you have to make the most difference possible, because this is important part of the whole letter. Okay. As I told you, it doesn't mean that it's not necessary the format or the structure. Okay. It is also important. Okay. But the most important, as I told you, because what about if you have a good structure? Okay, your capitalization, your spelling, everything is okay. But you didn't write a good paragraph of motivation. then they're going to say no, you're not able to enter to this university. I'm sorry, we're so sorry. Okay, because they sent you. That's the 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 part that surprised me, because they sent you, uh, for example, with a difference of 1 week, you have a response on that time for a week maybe. Okay, but they let you know if you are in, or you're if you are not, for example. Okay, so my recommendation is, I don't know, you have to be inspired. Okay, uh, to write this paragraph, because this paragraph is going to determine it, if you are in or not. Okay, this is the important part. Okay, I'm going to write, if you want, with another color, but this is the important part. Okay, you have to show keywords like growing, leadership, and how did you, for example, a tip that I can give you, but I already told you, uh, is what, if you want more information about what are the principles that the university keep in mind, is to look for the website, for the university's website or university's page. So then you can get, or you can check some words that are going to help you. Okay, for example, as I show you, um, from Lynn University was something that we can rescue, is they make donations, for example. Okay, so then if you mention something that they do, it's okay. Okay, but you have to look for the principles though, and where their values. Okay, is it clear until this part?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, we are going to continue. Can you read the fourth paragraph, please?
Okay, I'm eager to learn about new technologies currently being developed in the workplace, and I feel that there's no better place to do that than an internship position with Allegiant. Security is a rapidly changing uh, field, and I believe I will gain the skills necessary in order to complete sorry to complete to
To
compete
complete.
compete in the workforce.
Oh, yes. Yes, you're right. It's complete, not to complete. Okay. So I tell you, I'm without classes, so I'm blind. Okay, so I can't say very well. Okay, so in this part, the highlight one, okay, the highlight statement is that there is no better place to do that than an internship position without college. Okay, it's not. There is no better place. Okay, something that you are doing in this part is to letting them know that you already research, and you know how do they work, and you know that you are going to have a good study with them, right? That you're going to improve with them. Okay, so in this paragraph, you are telling that indirectly that you already know about the how can we say, about the information. Okay, about how do they work. Okay, and then something that is very important is that, for example, I believe I will. Okay, we're going to raise the belief, right? Because uh it is, for example, show a person, you're going to show them that you're insecure. Okay, when I say I believe, as I told you at the beginning, you have to show that you are a confident person. Okay, so when we say I believe I will gain, no, I will gain. Okay, you can say, instead of saying I believe, you can say I'm sure. Okay, I am sure. Uh, as I told you, we're going to use a contraction, right? I am sure I will gain the best knowledge as possible, for example. Okay. So is it clear, David, until this part?
Um, yes, in this paragraph, maybe we complement the idea of the
The
the last
first one.
paragraph. Yes. Okay. Yes, I understand, teacher.
Yes, actually we're doing that. Yes, actually we're supporting. Okay. In this case, there's no principal idea because it's not an, an essay. But in other words, yes, we are actually supporting the idea. We're going to say that this is the principal idea, but it's a whole paragraph, right? So then we are supporting this one. Okay. And so yes, we're going to omit words like I believe, I guess, okay, words that are going to demonstrate, okay, that we are insecure, okay, entre comillas, demostrar, okay. So now it's clear,
Yes, teacher.
okay. Then we have, I'm very grateful you are considering my application for your internship position. If you have any questions, you can contact me at. You can also reach me at my email at thank you for your consideration. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't see very well. Okay. In this case, in your last paragraph, actually is the closing one. Okay. So this is the closing paragraph, okay? So you can say, if you have any question, please let me know, okay? You're not going to put your name, for example, because they're actually, I don't know if you did that one, but they provide you, okay, at the moment that you are applied, right? They provide you or they send you, okay, I guess it's in the page, right? Kind of formulation, okay, kind of a feeling, right? So then you put your information, so then it's not necessary to mention again, right? Because you already feel a kind of formulation, if you want to call it. Okay, so it's not necessary. But something that we are going to say is thank you for reading until this part, for example. Thank you for your attention. You can say something like, for example, let me think. Um, Something that I put uh, in my closing paragraph, it was, I hope to receive good news. Okay. So then you are waiting for a good news. We already know that everybody does, but you are making a kind of highlight, right? You are showing a positive person. You're showing to you a positive person. Okay. So then it needs to be short. Okay. So we are not going to add, you can contact me this because this is redundant because they already know your Gmail even, right? Thank you for your consideration. Okay. I thought it said coordinator. Okay, thank you for your consideration. Sincerely. Okay, something that is very important again is the same than the first paragraph. As I told you, here in Bolivia, I read some letters, right? And something that they used to do a lot is that they make a big greeting, and it happens with the salutation. Okay, that may, I guess there is two thank you, two goodbyes in the same paragraph, so it's not okay, right? I know that, for example, here in Bolivia, it shows a kind of a kind person, okay, that we have the cage and everything, but here it's not necessary, right? So in contrary, it's wrong, right? It is wrong. So we're going to avoid to give to salutations, for example, right? To say thank you 2 times, right? To say goodbye in 2 times, right? So this is going to be a short one. You can say, as I told you, I hope a good news. I hope to receive good news from you, something like that. Okay. And okay, then you're going to put your, you can say sincerely, okay, again, your name, right? So I don't know if you have any question until this part.
Uh, no, this part is clear, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, so then you actually we're going to suppose that we wrote this one, so that will be all for the structure, okay, for the traditional one. I'm going to show you. I don't know if it's in this slide. Oh, but I can clear everything, right? Now it's okay. I'm going to, yes. Oh, this is a specific part, right? About header and greeting, okay? Um, this is this at the beginning, so we already saw, yes, no, it's okay. We already seen that part, so we're going to pass, okay? Paragraph by paragraph. It is, the structure is, where is my spotlight? My goodness. Okay, the opening paragraph, okay, state the position. I already explained this part, but we're going to see fastly. The opening paragraph, okay, the state, the position to which you are applying, okay. I'm applying for a scholarship, right? Because I researched that your options are the best for me, okay. The best I saw, for example, something like that, okay, where you funded, heard about it. Okay, in this case, we're going to think that you research in their website. So I found it about it. Okay, this is not necessary actually, but only if you want. But it's not necessary, so don't worry about that. Name drop if you have a direct. As I told you, in this case, we don't know the name, right? So we're going to we don't know who we're going to have a direct connection, for example, right? So if we say the name of the university, with that is going to be enough. Okay. So we're going to pass to the academic introduction. Okay. When we say a hook, it's a kind of connection, right? It's a similarity word for a hook. The reality is that the correct word is a hook up. Okay, this is a phrasal verb. So this is a kind of a connect, you know. Do you get it until this part?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. An academic introduction. Okay. We said that instead of saying because if there's no a kind of experience, okay, we're going to, in this part, we're going to put the what are you doing right now, okay? So only if you are doing, right, to show that you're continually growing up, okay? If not, it's okay, right? If we don't have a kind of experience, okay, if we are not doing anything, it's okay, right? We're going to omit this part. State the college you are attending, your degree, relevant classes you've complete. Okay, if you, for example, complete, I don't know if you did some courses, it's okay. And other relevant academic information. Okay. For example, if you get, for example, when you were at the university, okay, um, they gave us, okay, when you study a lot of, okay, they provide us a kind of certification, Okay, and this is about academic, right? So then if you have that one, um, I guess it is called academic excellence, right? Something like that, right? So if you have, you can put that you want it, right? And then the body paragraph, okay? Connect your skills, characteristics, experiences, and the qualifications to the position and company as a whole. Okay, something that is very important is to highlight, as I told you, that that is the principal paragraph of your whole letter. Highlight that the highlight the your motivation in this case. Okay, not your work, your motivation. What is your motivation? What do you want to study with them? Right? I already explained this part, so we're going to pass. So I told you this is a fast review. The conclusion and formal closing. Reaffirm your qualifications and interest in the position in company. And we're going to, instead of saying that, we can say something like, I really want to study with you, okay? I really want to make my master degree with you, okay? I would like to, okay? The word I would like, as I told you, it's okay because it's a um, possibility model. Okay. Be sure to include your contact information. This is not necessary, so we're going to omit this part. Okay, because they already know your information, right? Only in cases that they're not going to, but they also have your Gmail too, so it's not important. We're not going to make a redundant again, right? I don't know if maybe you feel a kind of formulation or a kind of feeling, David.
Sorry, teacher.
I don't know if the university provides you a kind of feeling of when you put in apply, they ask you for your date, for your personal information. I don't know if you did it.
Mm, sorry, I don't understand. Maybe a personal
Feel
feeling about university, or I don't know.
yes, when you put in apply, there's a name where it says apply, and when you apply, they ask you for personal information, and there's a lot of personal information that they ask you, right? I don't know if it appears you something like that, but if not, uh, but I guess each university do that to take up some information. So if they do that, so then it's not necessary to include your contact information because they already have.
Yes,
Okay, so
they usually
yes, right? They ask you. Sorry.
sorry, I was saying that they usually ask for information, maybe to in first part to create a profile in their website, and to get the information about the programs. They ask you, they first ask you some information about you to create your account, and then I think for through that platform or website, we can also apply to the universities. So I think they already have my information. Is that what you were asking about, teacher? Sorry.
Yes. Actually, it was okay. So if it's not, well, we're going to omit the part when we're going to add our contact information because they already have. Okay, so that's all for today, David. We're going to continue on Wednesday, right? Because tomorrow we only have to read. Do you have any question until this part?
No, teacher. Thank you. The class was good today. I learned a lot.
Okay, thank you. That's good to know, right? So if you have any question, please let me know.
Okay, teacher. Thank you. Okay. Good night, teacher. Bye.
Have a good night. Yes, thank you. You already said it. Thank you, David. Have a good night.
Okay, bye, teacher.
Bye.